DAGames is a team on YouTube founded by Will Ryan, who has also made a lot of music, both original work and even songs and music based off of other properties, mostly gaming. In terms of the music based off of other properties, I'd say that one of their most popular properties or games they've done music on is the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. Five Nights at Freddy's is no stranger to fan songs and music. A lot of the fan content on YouTube consists of exactly that, whether it be The Living Tombstone, Tryhard Ninja, JT Music, or even today's subject, DAGames. DAGames' FNAF music has always stood out to me because of how unique it is. Unique as in, Will tries to go for more metalish type of music when it comes to the sound of these songs, whereas a lot of the other FNAF music by these popular music artists tend to go either for a more smaller scale in the sound, or even try diversifying the type of music it is. And honestly, DAGames' metal approach for FNAF has always been something I loved about his music, as I've always personally been a fan of that style of music. So this is going to be interesting. There's a total of 19 songs that DAGames has made about the FNAF series, a few of them being remakes, which will be included on the ranking list. The only songs we're going to be discluding are joke songs such as Open the Chest and Bad Kitty and stuff like that, as they're typically only 30 seconds long and aren't meant to serve as actual songs. Without further ado, here's my ranking of every FNAF song by DAGames ever. For the first ever FNAF song by DAGames, it's not good. Don't get me wrong, it's not absolutely horrendous. I think the instrumental is actually pretty decent there and could still be quite a head bop. However, I think the biggest issue with the song is that the vocals are very drowned out by the instrumental, so therefore, the lyrics cannot be understood throughout the song. This was a problem with a decent amount of DAGames' beginning songs, and thankfully, it's an issue that's been heavily improved on, but still. It's a very big issue with this song, and it holds back for me a lot. It's a jumbled up mess. Also, I never really liked how the song just outright says Five Nights at Freddy's 3 in the lyrics. It feels off, but it isn't fitting at all where it's placed. Maybe the title randomly being dropped could work in the song, but it doesn't work how it is. I've touched on this before in my top 5 worst FNAF songs remake from 2021, but I still stand by basically everything I said about this song in that video, so I'll say it again. And well, I did. All in all though, despite being the first ever DAGames FNAF song, it's admittedly their weakest. That is a good sign though, because that means DAGames improved on their work as time went on, which is always admirable and is always highly respectable. Although in terms of the song, it's not completely terrible, but it's still pretty damn bad. D- tier. This is probably gonna be a hot take, but I don't like this song, even to this very day. We Want Out came out at a very weird time, because this was a FNAF 1 song that came out in 2019, a year where FNAF was kind of irrelevant in popularity temporarily. It wouldn't be until a year later in 2020 where it started to reach popularity again, with the series making its way into meme culture.
Gregory.
Anyway, this song's biggest problem in my opinion are the lyrics. Why? Well, they're honestly so goddamn generic. They sound like bland, generic, and cliche lyrics used in any typical FNAF song. Stuff about surviving against animatronics, etc. Now, this wouldn't be a huge problem if the other aspects of the song carried it, do they? No, not really. I think the overall chorus of the song is actually pretty alright, but the instrumental, pacing, and everything else feels boring and or off. Also, I don't know about you, but this song comes off as extremely cheesy to me. I feel like the reason why this song comes across as pretty generic and uninteresting is because, again, this came out during a weird year for the series where a lot of FNAF 1 songs have been made already. Nearly every aspect of the first game had been explored musically, so basically there was nothing new to add to the table. It's very unfortunate, but oh well. I guess I can say I like how the vocal perspective changes between the main 4 animatronics being highlighted by their color respectively, but they don't really vary between the voices, so ultimately it comes across as pretty boring and bland again. All in all though, a very bland, dull, boring, generic, and uninteresting song that honestly could have had so much more to it. It's not really missed potential because the potential had already been reached, so yeah. Very disappointing song. Just like It's Time to Die, not terrible but still pretty bad. D tier. I honestly don't care much for this one either. I do love how it's a song about Phone Guy, which is a very interesting concept and idea for a FNAF song, especially since not a lot of FNAF songs go for that angle, and the lyrics for this song are pretty fitting for Phone Guy. For the most part, I'll get into that later. However, my biggest problem with this song is it's a jumbled up mess where it comes to the sound, especially the vocals. It sounds unfocused and all over the place. Also, this song suffers from the problem of the vocals being drowned out by the instrumental, which is very not great. Another critique I have with this song is that it kind of comes across as using the dead theory that Purple Guy and Phone Guy are the same character for some of its lyrics. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Obviously, this song was released during a time where this theory was somewhat believable, but it's so poorly aged. It hurts this song for me. All around, a very weak FNAF song from DAGames. Hate to say it since this is a classic for a lot of people. D tier. I think it's very interesting when people make FNAF World songs, because FNAF World itself is a pretty underrated game in my opinion, and when people make fan creations like songs for it, it's usually pretty neat and cool. This song on the other hand, is just alright. It's not bad at all, but it's not the best either. What holds this song back for me is the problem of the vocals being drowned out by the instrumental. The instrumental is yet again pretty damn good, and the pacing is actually pretty neat, but the lyrics can barely be made out again. It's a pretty noticeable issue in this song yet again, and again, I'm glad this later gets improved on. However, the rest of the song is actually pretty okay. Like I said, the instrumental and beat are pretty good. I honestly think that the amount of energy present throughout this song is super damn cool. The only other issue I guess I really have is that it's too consistent throughout the song for my liking. I think a lot about the song could be varying throughout it, and it would make the experience much more musically sound and pleasing, but I guess as it stands, this song is just okay. It's right down the middle. Not good, but not bad. It's okay. C tier. One of the multiple FNAF 4 songs created by DAGames. For this one, it's okay. It's alright. It's nothing special, honestly. In terms of critiques I had for the song, I feel like the instrumental of the song got too repetitive for my liking, and I feel there could have been more variety in the instrumental, especially the riffs. Whenever you produce a song like this, it's best to put variety in multiple aspects of the song, especially the background instrumental. As well, for another critique, I feel like some of the lyrics don't make sense for a song about FNAF 4, or even FNAF in general. Like, one of these lyrics literally mentioned an asylum, and it left me extremely confused. The songwriting in this one could have been better. However, what brings this song up a lot for me is how much energy Will puts into the vocals for this one. It's loud vocals, yeah, but it's really damn good. It shows how much charisma went into the song's vocals to make it stand out from other FNAF 4 songs. Although, I feel like a certain other FNAF 4 song by DAGames does it much better, which we'll discuss much later. Additionally, I also just like that one small part near the end where it's basically just soft singing. Quiet before the storm, you know? All in all, while this song isn't the greatest due to flaws both lyrically and in terms of the instrumental, this song has merits involving vocals. As a result, this song winds up to being just okay for me. C+ tier. This song is basically a remaster of the pretty bad Not Here All Night, but this remaster is actually pretty damn good. I think for this remaster, it improves on the original by making it sound like, you know, not a jumbled up mess. The sound of the song feels much more clean and profound this time, which is something I really do like about the song. There's still some improvements that could be made lyrically, but all around, this remaster is still a pretty huge improvement over the original, and as we'll see later on, this isn't the only remaster of an original DAGames FNAF song. Apologies for having nothing really else to say about this one. This remaster is just solid and improves on the original musically. First good song on the ranking, E- tier.
Regarding the safe room, at no point should a customer go inside.
The original version of I'm the Purple Guy, despite being one of DAGames' first FNAF songs, it's actually pretty damn good. I think the sound of the song is the best part. The instrumental and vocals go pretty well together in all honesty. It results in a catchy bop. The electric in the song is so damn good because of how much there is. It's different from the type of metal DAGames usually does in their musical work, and I think it really works well here. Also, the lyrics are pretty damn good for a Purple Guy song, which is pretty neat, considering around this time the song released, not a lot was known about Afton, so that's always a plus when an early FNAF song gets his character just right through lyrics. The only true critique I have for this song is that Will can sing some lyrics a little too fast for my liking. They're all still intelligible, which is good, but it could be a little better with the vocal pacing. All in all though, a pretty good FNAF song from DAGames, which for one of their first is kinda surprising. B tier.
This is just a friendly reminder about our company policy regarding the safe room. At no point should a customer go inside.
This song is slightly above the original due to how it basically fixes my one critique I had with the song with how the lyrics were sung a little too fast, making it not as clear with what's being sung. That problem is fixed here and the vocals sound better because of it. The overall sound of the song sounds much more clear than the original, which is a huge plus. The only reason this song is any higher on the list is because both this remaster and the original don't really stand out as much in comparison to the other songs in DAGames' FNAF discography. It's just songs about Afton, which even from 2015 were starting to get done to death. I really have nothing else for this one if I'm being 100% honest. It's still a pretty good song and a pretty good remaster, but it just isn't anything special to me. Sorry this one was pretty short, but that's all I had to say. B tier. A security breach song by DAGames, and this one is pretty good. However, I do have one huge critique for this song, and that's that it feels like something's missing. Like something's off about it. I don't know which aspect of the song it is, but just something about it, man. Maybe it's the sound or the lyrics, perhaps? I don't know. Regardless, everything else still feels pretty okay to pretty good. I especially like the chorus in this one. The instrumental's really good too. I feel like the chorus and instrumental really go well together to help create such a pleasing listening experience. This song, despite having some rock in there, feels somewhat relaxing and calm, which is a pretty okay approach to take for a security breach song. The vocals are pretty good too and help with this approach. All around though, a pretty good song, but with some feelings of emptiness sprinkled in that I'm not exactly sure what it could be. B+ tier. I didn't think you can make a song about ruin that damn good, and this one is somehow able to accomplish exactly that. I like the vocals in this one a decent amount. They all sound so energized and intense, and it feels like a song to get pumped up for. The sound in general is just so damn good. The metal vibes that DAGames usually put in their work succeeds yet again at being really damn good in this song, especially the instrumental. It's legit gas. This is one of those songs where multiple aspects together form such a good piece of music, and this is one of those examples. I don't really have any critiques for this one. The only thing I can really say is it still feels like something's missing, like there needed to be some final punch, I think. All in all though, another certified banger from the folks over at DAGames. B+ tier. Another FNAF 4 song by DAGames, and this one is pretty damn good. What I loved the most about this song was the approach it took with trying to sound like a march. Yeah, it's very telling that the song would attempt that simply due to the song's title, but it still really succeeds at sounding like a march in this song, and it works so well. It works so well because it genuinely seems to hype up the listener for FNAF 4. This song feels like a whole bunch of build-up and hype, which elevated thanks to the strong sound of the song. The instrumental and vocals both go so well together that it's actually really damn cool to listen to. The song actively gets more intense as it goes on with the vocals for certain lyrics that sound like Will had a lot of energy to release when singing them out. It all jives together so damn well. The lyrics themselves for the most part are pretty good. They actually fit in pretty well with the themes of FNAF 4 and are yet again used as a way to prep up the listener for FNAF 4, basically yet again a march. Admittedly, some of these lyrics could come across as generic survive and defend yourself against the animatronics lyrics, but the way the lyrics are written and how good they come out vocally honestly makes me forgive this song for that. Now, something I want to touch on when it comes to the lyrics is the notable amount of religious themes in them. It's pretty pretty strange to me that this song occasionally goes for that angle. Maybe it's a nod to Scott Cawthon being a religious person. Whatever the case, it still feels off for these themes to be included in this type of song, but it doesn't hold the song back that much because truth be told, this song is pretty damn great. This song does a lot right, and for that, it gets a much higher spot on this list for me. A- tier. Flumpty's jam is quite the jam.
Yes, this is the Groomer Groove. Yes, this is the Groomer Groove.
No, not that one. In all seriousness though, I really do like this song a huge amount. I just like how unbelievably chaotic it is. Now, whether or not it fits a game like One Night at Flumpty's is up to debate, but for this song, I feel like it works because there's a certain feeling of build-up throughout it, and it leads to quite the ending where it goes all out with the chaos. It all creates a very memorable listening experience too. I also really like the one moment with the lights off because it's basically quiet before the storm considering what's after that part. I also like the lyrics to this one a lot too. The lyrics also jive well with the chaos and they would fit in with Flumpty's pretty well, literally mentioning characters and some details about them, which was pretty cool. The only true critique I have for this song is that I feel like some of the lyrics can be hard to make out from time to time. Like if Will is going too fast while singing them or something like that, it's not a huge deal, but it's still kind of noticeable. So I feel like I should point that out. All in all, for DAGames' only song about a FNAF fan game, it's pretty damn good and a complete earworm. Really like this one. Not much really else to say about it. A- tier. This song is an example of DAGames making a song before the release of its respective FNAF game, in this case being Help Wanted. This would not be the only time DAGames did this, as they've done it before, but we'll get to that song much later because admittedly that song is better than this one, but it's still pretty damn good. I think the best part of this song overall is the instrumental. The whole rock and roll aesthetic is so damn strong in this one, and that's what I like about it. There's so much riffs and shit in it, and it's such a jam to listen to. I also think Will's vocals go well with the instrumental yet again. Also, there's the obvious pro with how despite the song releasing before Help Wanted's actual release, the lyrics honestly match up pretty well together with the lore, which is very interesting and is honestly pretty damn neat. Honestly, whenever FNAF songs do this type of psychic shit, it always brings points to the song for me, and this song gets points for exactly that. All around, nearly every aspect of this song is pretty damn solid. The instrumental, vocals, pacing, lyrics, all of it basically. Of course, it doesn't do anything huge to make itself totally stand out, but for what it is, it's a good FNAF song. A tier. The official remake for It's Time to Die. The original, as you guys already saw, I considered the worst FNAF song to be ever released by DAGames, so that's why when it came to this remake actually being pretty damn good, I was quite surprised. What I think is the most improved aspect from the original in this one is just the sound in general. The instrumental and vocals all sound more focused, comprehensible, and honestly just sound so much better in comparison. The vocals aren't drowned out by the instrumental this time, the EQ is so much better in this, more effort was genuinely put into this remake and it shows. Only critique I have is yet again, well, like, god damn it. So a few points have to be taken off of that. But even then, the massively improved sound of the song brings this song up a lot and makes this initial not very good song into a very good song. I know the popular opinion is that the original is better because the remake is too quiet for some people, but honestly, I'd rather take a semi-quiet sound with vocals I can understand over a loud mess with vocals I can't understand. All in all, a very good remake of a song that seriously had a lot to be desired musically. A tier. the most recent FNAF song to be released by DAGames as of writing the script for this video, and it's a FNAF movie song, and additionally, it's one of his best. I don't know what it was with the FNAF movie, but that goddamn movie brought out the creative talent in so many people in the FNAF community. I love how much rock is in this one. I think it fits the song really damn well, and it all creates such a damn bop to listen to, especially the guitar. The guitar shreds in this one, and it's notably great. What I really love about this song though is the goddamn melody. My god, it's so fucking good. I love it, I fucking love it. The lyrics in this one are also especially really good. There's a lot of lyrics that are pretty fitting for the FNAF movie, with also a huge sprinkle of repetition that never outstayed its welcome. The lyrics come across as both badass and chaotic at the same time, and that's why I adore them so much. A lot of these aspects together form together what is such a really good fucking song. This is something I can genuinely bob my head to. It's really that damn good. This song goes extremely hard and I love it so much. A+ tier. Unfixable is a very catchy song. I think what I like about it the most is the consistent pacing as well as the consistent beat. I think those two parts about it really go well together in this one. Of course, there's some variety with the beat, but I think its consistency actually helps with the song. Although the parts with variety can often be really good. The instrumental itself is just spectacular and is probably my favorite aspect of the entire song. I think the vocals in this one are also really good. A lot of the time they mesh well with the already really good instrumental, especially parts near the end where it can also get pretty tense thanks to the metal parts of the song. The melody in this one is just pretty damn good. This song is also EQ'd super damn good too. That's probably why the sound of the song comes across as so catchy. I will admit that the pacing can be a little off at times where the lyrics and everything sounds like it's going a little too fast, and there could be a few moments where the singing sounds a little drowned out by the instrumental, but the song is still really damn good. As it stands, Unfixable is just simply another banger from the folks over at DAGames. It's simply unfixable.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
A+ tier. When I was re-listening to all these FNAF songs by DAGames for this video to gather final thoughts and opinions on each of them for this ranking, one thing that caught me extremely by surprise was how fucking good Dear Brother was. This song is really damn great. This song is basically the crying child saying goodbye to Michael, his brother, because, well, the crying child passed away, and it's basically both crying child and Michael singing to each other, and this is one of the only FNAF songs by DAGames that I would consider emotional. This song is beautiful and emotional. The vocals from both Will and Dawko, yes, Dawko, are really strong and hitting in this. They reach notes of beauty and pure bliss that makes you honestly consider the themes of this song and makes you think of the relationship between Crying Child and Michael. Some of the sound just also comes across as angelic, and while there's still a little metal to be found within this song, it's a pretty soothing experience. Even the instrumental has a nice beat to it. Also, the lyrics in this one having religious themes actually makes sense for the song's concept, so it fits in more of the song, which is very unlike March Onward to Your Nightmare, where it seems like religious themes were just thrown in to give somewhat of stakes to a song that already had stakes because it was a march. All the aspects come together to form what is essentially a pretty sad song. And this song being sad and emotional is honestly so unique in comparison to the other FNAF songs by DAGames that the mere idea and concept elevates this song for me. Even then, the execution is so damn great. This song is pure beauty. It's a song that'll tug at your heartstrings because of how through the power of soothing and beautiful, but still somewhat metal sounding lyrics, it'll make you care for two characters from a silly video game. I cannot believe I used to sleep on this song because this song was a nice surprise when I listened back to it for the first time in a long time. It's a great song and is honestly one of the most underrated FNAF songs of all time. A+ tier. This song used to be my favorite FNAF song of all time, and while it's not anymore, I still love it a lot. Break My Mind has always stuck with me as a very intense song. Yes, it's a very loud song, but I think it works in the song's favor. Why? I feel like it helps give it a very unique take on FNAF 4. FNAF 4 as a game isn't very loud, it's very quiet, so at first it makes you wonder why this song took such an approach. Well, besides the quiet atmosphere, everything is just so grim about the game, especially the nightmare animatronics. If anything, I see this as a song that fits in well with them. Their designs literally scream the volume of this song. This song has always come across as hellish to me, and that's part of why I really like it so much. It sounds like it's a song from the depths of hell. It's great. I also like the pacing of the song a lot. It jives really well with the singing. I also like how the vocals switch perspectives. We even get the vocals of the crying child, which actually sound like a child, so it's fitting while also sounding good as a singing voice. In all fairness, there's the occasional lyric in the song that doesn't make any sense or seems odd, and it feels like it doesn't fit in with a FNAF 4 song. But I think most of the lyrics are still pretty good, and the other aspects of the song still heavily elevate the song. That being the sound, the pacing, and etc. All around, Break My Mind still holds up really well for me. I don't really have a lot to say about this song because I've talked about it so many times, but regardless, it's a really good song and I'm happy to still find that I enjoy it. S tier. I adored this song a lot. Left Behind is already such a notable song out of DAGames' catalog for me because of the obvious fact that everyone knows, that being how this song was released before Sister Location, the game itself actually released, and it was somehow able to get nearly everything accurate about the game and its story. Sure, Will and his team probably used the game's pre-existing teasers and trailers for clues to the story, and used some of those clues for the song's lyrics and writing, but this song still feels extremely accurate to the game like if the song released after the game's release, and that itself is commendable. Even then, ignoring that interesting fact, this song still stands as a huge head bop. This is one of those songs where I think the instrumental and the singing clash together so extremely well, and honestly it's one of the best FNAF songs I've ever heard when it comes to that aspect. It goes together so fucking well, I can't stress that enough. The sound all sounds like it's building up throughout certain moments, and then the sound becomes really intense and it hits so well. I also really like the lyrics. Again, they're accurate to Sister Location, and they also just come across as pretty creative. There's also repetition throughout, obviously, but it's a good type of repetition. It's repetition that helps stick in your head. There's also little moments throughout the song that stand out because of how they differentiate a little bit from the main song, mostly in the second half with Circus Baby's part and Will's part right before the Circus Baby part. They add a semi-different tone from the song, but still make it fit in so damn well. And speaking of the Circus Baby part, that part is just really good because of how accurate Baby actually sounds, in terms of her voice. She sounds like Baby's actual voice from the game while also sounding good as a singing voice. I like it in FNAF songs when they replicate an animatronic's voice, but at the same time, also make it sound good as a singing voice or a vocal. It always adds points to a FNAF song for me, and that is one of the biggest and best examples for me of exactly that. The end of this song too is such a good finisher, topped with the extra little bit afterwards that sounds charmingly innocent in kind of a creepy way, music box and all. Love it. Also in the music video itself, it's so atmospheric with the environments. Will fits in well with it, and the funtime animatronic models used are pretty accurate and good looking to the actual animatronics from the game. What else can I say? Left Behind is such a banger. I love it so much. I've always loved it, and I will most likely continue to still love it. It's so great. All these reasons are essentially why, in my humble opinion, Left Behind is the best DAGames FNAF song of all time, and honestly, one of DAGames' best songs ever. It's that damn good. S tier.
You dare bring your filthy to my lair? Well then,